happened to Thursday night? Oh my gosh. It's been 2 weeks and I think we don't know what we're doing right now. Here, that's yours that I hit.
I noticed that. Throwing my stuff everywhere, all over the place.
Oh goodness, what a week it's been. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Chili.
And I think I know my name tonight. So welcome to our kitchen.
And I'm not sick this week.
Oh, I know. It's been, last week was bad. Summer allergy, cold.
Yeah.
Combination of all of the above, and it hit this house pretty hard. So we took the week off because the sneezing was just insane.
Well, I just got a cold.
Well,
nasally and congested and
I've
felt horrible. And
been dealing with allergies since March. So welcome to the Midwest, folks.
Yeah. So you want to
talk about what we're doing this week?
Yeah.
That we
threw together at the last minute. Had 2 weeks to prepare.
Right? This is definitely an on-the-fly sort. Well, not exactly. Kind of on the fly. I had a bit of a hankering
for a hunk of cheese.
For a hunk of cheese. Yeah. Specifically Brie, because it's one of my favorites. So I picked up a wheel of Brie last night when we went to the grocery store. A very large wheel. We'll show you a little bit later.
Yeah.
So we're going to do Brie a couple of different ways. Actually 3 ways. I think I'm going to do 3 things tonight.
Well, it's a good thing you got a lot of Brie.
Right. Well, it's a lot of Brie. It's bigger than the normal. So we're going to do an appetizer with Brie and prosciutto. And we're going to do maybe some strawberry jam on one of those too. That would be good.
Okay.
And we're going to do a spinach salad with possibly Brie and prosciutto also, because that's what we have, and some artichokes.
Yeah.
And some almonds. I'll throw some almonds. I'm making this up as I go here, guys. And
there was something with bacon.
Bacon. We're going to do a pasta dish with Brie, bacon, and spinach. So using a lot of the same ingredients, 3 different ways, because that's what we do around here.
Yeah.
But what are we drinking? We had the Brie and the almonds for a reason.
I don't know why the Brie, but the almonds is because we're having a lounge lizard tonight.
And what's a lounge lizard?
It's not a lot lizard. It's a lounge lizard.
I know.
So
I kept calling it a couch lizard today.
After last week, it might be a
couch lizard.
So it has dark rum and Coca-Cola. And it also has
one of our favorites,
amaretto. So Di Serono amaretto.
Sneak by us, sorry.
So it's just a little bit of a little mix of the old rum and Coke. Real good one.
Nothing. I was uncovering that. I was actually looking to see if I had a Diet Coke down there, but I do not.
Some
ice? Absolutely.
All right, you ice this up, and I'll start this up. So, because it's a rum and Coke, we're just going to make them straight out into the glass. We're not going to mess with putting them in fancy thingamajiggers.
Nope, no point.
No points. No deductions, no points. So we need 1.5 ounces of dark rum. Any dark rum works. Choose your favorite. This happens to be one of my favorites. 1.5 ounces. 1.5 ounces. And then with the Di Serono, it's an almondy flavor, and it's not really a whole lot. We're only going to use 1/2 ounce in each glass. So we've only got 2 ounces of alcohol in here. And then you want to go with
dogs are barking.
4 to 6 ounces of soda. And there's 12 ounces in a can, so
that works.
You just split them up.
I'm ready.
You want to cherry them up?
I will. Plop a cherry in there.
Yeah. And then you just throw a little cherry in there.
I don't have cherries with stems.
Oh, that's okay.
I'll give you 2. How's that?
Perfect. I guess that was mine.
Sure. I'm going to give me two too. If you really wanted to be fun, put some cherry juice in there.
Could.
I don't have very much of it left.
So we have a lounge lizard.
Drink up, buttercup.
Oh, that's good.
That is good. I like that.
Yeah. It's that almond flavor on top of everything. Makes it really nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there we go. So that will go well with our Brie cheese.
Means I have to stop drinking, doesn't it?
You know, you could keep drinking. I got an extra hand for you. So
All right.
what's first on the agenda?
Well, we're going to make our appetizer first so we can munch along the way.
Kind of makes sense. That's the first thing to eat.
Yeah, oh, that's just pasta water. So I'm going to set my broiler while we do these guys. Make these guys.
I'll switch cameras so that people can see what you're doing.
That'll work. I've got to cut some brie up. So I just took some French bread I had in the freezer and cut it into little thin slices. And we're going to make some little 3-bite brie appetizers. French bread is really crusty on the outside, chewy on the inside, so you want thin so it's easier to eat.
Do anything with that other than cut it? Or?
Nope, nothing.
Okay.
If you wanted to get fancy.
We're definitely fancy. We want that.
We want fancy?
Of course.
Well, we'll get fancy.
Yeah. Come on, folks. They know us. They've watched us.
Okay, we can be fancy.
We're fancy folks.
Let me get something out that lets me be fancy. Okay. So if you want to be fancy, we'll put some olive oil on our little crostini, what will be crostini.
Yeah.
Now I have French bread. If you have Italian bread, use it.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I wouldn't use is plain old, white toast here, white bread. But any kind of good rustic bread, and you'll be okay.
They can't see the bottom right of those. That's okay.
Well, that's okay.
They can see all the other ones. That one they can see.
Okay. And I'm just gonna
just brushing it along.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna need more than what I have in my little bowl here, but
I need a little bit more. I'll come and help.
Here, I'll just hand it to you. Any olive oil flavored, I'm using lemon. Garlic would be good. Plain would be fine.
Yeah.
And honestly, this just gives the bread a little bit more flavor. You can skip this step altogether if you want to. And I'm only making a few of these. If I were having a party, we'd make a whole bunch.
But we're not.
But we're not. Well, we're going to... Oh, I missed one up here. Right. Okay. So we...
I don't know if we have anybody watching this right now, but that's okay. There's always later.
Well,
watch later.
That being said, why don't you check and make sure it's out on Facebook like it's supposed to be. And nothing went goofy. Okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Would you get in the crisper and get out the prosciutto and the bacon, please? Crisper, the long, narrow crisper.
Bacon and prosciutto.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to move these guys out of the way.
There's bacon.
Thank you. Man, that dog. And prosciutto. Thank you. All right, so this is a big brie wheel. Now, when you buy brie, we bought this at Sam's Club last night, and everything's bigger at Sam's Club. Typically, when you buy this as a 19.6 ounce, when you buy these at like the regular grocery store, Walmart, whatever.
That's 12 ounces typically.
I actually want to say it's more like 8 ounces, between 8 and 12. So it's quite a bit smaller, thinner.
Yeah.
So when you buy this, it's going to come wrapped, unwrap.
Yeah.
And we've worked with Brie and Camembert before on this show, but it does have a rind on it. And for what we're doing tonight, I'm going to cut the rind off of some of this. Keep this wrapping that it comes in, because if you don't, unless you bake this, and that's a whole nother story, but if you're just using it, cutting off a little bit at a time, keep this so you can wrap it all back up.
Mhm.
Turn this down, please. I'm not quite there yet.
Okay.
Thank you. And if you don't have a cheese knife, try to use like a tomato knife that's serrated or some sort of serration. This is actually a cheese knife that has a serrated edge, and these holes here allow the knife to release from the cheese. Yeah. So I'm going to cut that piece off and save it for later. You can eat the rind, by the way. I'll eat that later when I decide I'm hungry.
Yeah, you can eat that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the rind.
And I'll probably leave the edge rind on from what I'm doing, but we need a little bit less rind for these little crostinis that I'm working on.
That looks good.
So I'm cutting thin slices, thinnish. I like Brie, so I'm going to be heavy-handed here. And then we'll cut cubes for the pasta later. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side.
In the bag. Oh, there we
For
go.
the moment, yeah.
All right.
And if you wanted to cut the rind off of these, you could, but I'm not going to worry about it. And you want to cut approximately the same length as your crostini, so these guys get cut in half. Roughly, I might have to cut some more. Because this will melt.
Yeah, because you got 11.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Need another hunk. One more hunk. Thank you, dear.
Welcome. Glad to assist.
10, 11. All right, so we're going to do a lot of moving around here so you guys can see what I'm doing, but you can open that if you want to be helpful. And the prosciutto.
Oh.
All right, so
Sure.
easy breezy.
Anyway.
For me to get to it. So little shorter pieces put on smaller pieces of the bread, because this will melt and it will get all gooey and bubbly. And I've got some thick pieces of Brie here, but that is okay by me. I'm gonna eat that piece. And then we're going to top each one of these with a little sliver of prosciutto. If you really wanted to get kind of sweet and creamy, sweet and savory, salty, thank you. You could add strawberry preserves on top of this if you wanted to. Uh-oh. I've got a drawer that won't open. That's never a good thing. When a utensil gets caught sideways in the drawer. Okay. And I'm just going to use kitchen shears to cut this prosciutto up. And if you have prosciutto left, we might by the end of the night. It can go into a Ziploc bag. Is fine. Yeah. Okay. I'm struggling getting this off. It is very, very thin.
What is prosciutto?
Oink.
Prosciutto is thin.
And I'm totally cheating here.
How so?
Well, you can tear it, but I cut a piece so I'd have some smaller pieces. And we're just going to kind of lay this on top. And when all of this goes under the broiler for a very thin minute, see how thin that is? You might even be able to see through it, but really thin. Are you playing with the dogs?
Kicking them out.
That cheese will melt and that prosciutto will melt down in with cheese a little bit. And then you'll have a ooey gooey bite. When they come out of the oven, you could top them with sliced strawberry if you wanted to. Strawberry and brie just goes really well together. That's why I keep mentioning strawberries.
We have some strawberries.
We do have some strawberries. We have some great big beautiful strawberries.
Time of year, yeah.
They're in season where we live and they are so good. And they have been very large this year.
Mm-hmm. Large and in charge.
It's can be kind of a pain in the butt to work with. All right, I need one more piece for this. Well, you want to eat some?
Yeah.
Okay. So these guys are going to go under the broiler.
Mm-hmm.
Just long enough for the brie to melt. So we're going to check them in a couple of minutes. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Maybe. That's good enough. It'll work.
It's not really in there.
It's under. Make sure your pan will fit. It's so good. Excuse me while I eat brie and wash my hands. So let us know what you're having for dinner. Uh-oh. I missed. There you go. Always keep a garbage bowl nearby. Okay. So others are going. I have hot water boiling.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That was a pan popping.
I see that.
And we're going to use these.
Oh, shut up. You don't have that camera up anymore.
I don't have that camera up anymore. I'll come this direction.
Come over here.
We're using these little,
Little shells.
yeah, you guys can't see them. Little, they look like little ears. And these have been, until the past 6 or 8 months, these have not been easy to find where I live. They're little,
They look like shells.
yeah, well, they are.
Like seashells.
But I love them because they hold sauce.
Yeah. Well, you put back over there under that camera.
Okay. Which one?
You're shifted back.
Okay. Orecchietti is what they're called. And it's loosely a, thank you, this way. Loosely a little ear translation, not quite, but that's what they look like in Italian. But they hold sauce really well, which is really why I like them. And this brie cheese, when it melts in the pasta sauce, will kind of cling to these. So I'm going to cook about 6 ounces of this in really well salted water. Just like any other pasta.
Damn, they snuck in. Well, that was.
They did. Not all pasta cooks the same, so double check. This actually says 12 minutes, so I'm going to cook this for about 10 minutes because it's going to continue cooking in the sauce that I make. So we don't want to cook it like totally done and then have it overcooked when it goes in the sauce.
Alexa, set a time for 10 minutes.
Thanks. I'd be more worried about the bread in the oven than the pasta.
I'm getting ready to say, hey, we might want to look at that.
Okay. So we're going to turn this back up to medium high. And here's a trick. If you put a wooden spoon over your boiling water, it will not boil over. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
I also have a fancy gadget over here that's for large pots to keep them from boiling over. No, we're good.
There's a boiling water camera.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, in a minute, I'm going to put the other. That dog's killing me. The other pan on. In fact, let me rearrange just a minute. Whew, hot. Hot pan.
Mom was
Okay. That way they can see the bacon pan.
All right. The wonderful pan.
Right?
It's not on camera.
That's okay.
It's just a big camera.
So we're going to use 3 slices of bacon, which is kind of my standard for this family to fix a recipe that serves 4. And I just use my scissors to cut it up into the pan. We're going to...
You could use 5 slices.
Okay.
There's never too much.
Clearly, there's never too much bacon. 5 slices of bacon going in the pan. Still on medium-high heat. You can wrap that back up. Thank you. While I put my scissors away that I have bacon grease on now. I'll use it for something else. And we're just going to let that go for a moment while we check our... Oh, yeah, those are done. What I am is out of space. Which is not unusual.
Show them?
Yep. And then we'll let them cool down a minute.
Oh my.
So, you want your...
Push it back just a little.
Well, I am as soon as I get my glass out of the way.
It's fine.
Okay. So the prosciutto is going to crisp up a little bit. Cheese is going to get real melty. We've got the lemon olive oil underneath. You could use strawberry preserves, plop a strawberry on top. We're going to let these sit and cool before we bite into it, however, because they're going to be hot, hot, hot.
Yep. Looks delicious though.
Smells delicious.
Yeah.
Hey, Steph. You let that bacon render because we're going to need the fat from that bacon.
Well, there will be some there.
Yeah, that bacon's
Nice and
render as well.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful bacon. Man, that drink is really good.
It is.
It just adds a little touch of wonderful to a rum and coke.
I like it.
Yeah.
It would be good with a little cherry juice in it too.
Yeah.
It gives it a little sweet flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you guys up to tonight? Besides watching us.
You guys eating tonight? Feeling good?
I hope so.
Oh yeah, your mama's got a cheeseburger on an onion bun, corn on the cob, and some vintage tomato.
Well, that sounds good.
Well, you know, we start with the cocktail, so if you aren't here at the beginning, you just have to catch up. Well, we may make another one.
Yeah, we may. Checking to see if these are too hot to...
There's a really good chance that we'll make another one.
Still a wee bit warm. I'm waiting. Here, throw me a strawberry and I'll get fancy with one. One big strawberry. See how big those guys are? Those were huge strawberries.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much. Lay a little strawberry on top, and if you had a little...
You should have. You could have come by and stayed here.
Right? What was I gonna... Oh, little basil would be good. Little honey drizzled across this would be good.
Yeah, a little honey drizzle.
I might do a honey drizzle. I've got some honey.
And it while it's still warm.
Balsamic would be good. Like a balsamic glaze. It's sweet. that one there on the ends, kind of a big piece of bread. This was well, I'm not going to tell you what we call these strawberries that grow together. They look like little baby butts. And some honey and shrooms. Local
Yeah.
honey. Honey.
Ready to stir this
Yeah, I thought better.
right here?
Yeah. Like, really? It's just a little bitty drizzle. Nothing much. Yeah, those look good. Sometimes I surprise myself. That's fine. I'm going to let it go until it's really good and crisp. And
Oh, yeah. You got 3 minutes left on that.
okay. I need to, like, not make a whole bunch of sauce because I didn't make a whole bunch of pasta. And I always end up overdoing the sauce. All right. I'm biting into one, dude. I can't get any more.
Okay. I'll wait and see if you need to get rushed to the ER.
Oh, no.
No?
They're not any good.
Okay.
You really don't need to eat these.
I know.
I wouldn't do it if I were
I
you.
know. I'll be fine.
I probably should let our child know they're out here. She'll love these.
Delicious.
Excuse me while I go hand deliver food to my child. Shh. I have my microphone on here. You'll like that. It's Brie cheese with honey and strawberries.
That'd be perfect for the new CDC outdoor maskless parties.
What would be perfect?
That is an appetizer.
Oh, yeah, that would be. Like, I'm going to eat another
Party
one.
serving thing. I think we're starting to crisp up a little bit here.
We are. I'm going to turn the heat way down.
Okay.
So, now we need a...
30 seconds away.
Can you hand me a little plate from the... So I can put that bacon in it. Please.
Like this.
Actually, that might melt. Get the tongs.
Yeah, 'cause it gets too close.
All right, so we're going to remove the bacon. We'll put it back in a little bit later at the end
Alexa,
of our
cancel.
pasta making.
Alexa, cancel.
All right, because we want all that fat.
Alexa, cancel.
I need to lay that there. I'm sorry.
I'll snack on pieces of this too.
All right.
That's why I can
Now, I am going to make room for...
It's good.
Okay. You talk. I need to transfer.
What am I talking about? The bacon?
Sure, talk about bacon.
Well, bacon
Bacon.
looks like this.
Just trying to transfer.
Nice little chunks.
To strain the
Pretty
pasta.
easily sized. Really
Watch
nice
that
and
squirt.
crisp. Almost perfect.
Almost. We mean we missed something?
Well, there's like a piece. Like
I'll eat that piece.
right here that's still not really crisp.
Rachel Ray did this today and dumped her pasta down her sink. I was afraid I was going to.
And that bacon probably would go well with that appetizer. You just throw a little piece of bacon on that.
Bacon makes everything better, apparently.
Well, you've got the sweet, you've got the bitter.
Mm-hmm.
So now the bacon adds the salty,
Mm-hmm. It does.
the savory.
I need my flat whisk. It's in the dishwasher because I have used it. Okay. Now that this is cooled down considerably, we can move it, and we're going to build our sauce. Same old way we build all of our sauces.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh, let's not do that. Would you hand me some garlic out of that little blue garlic keeper, please? So I'm going to show you one of my favorite garlic unitaskers. Yeah, this time my whole thing's fine. This is a pampered chef. Oh, by the way, if your garlic sprouts like that, just keep eating it. Because it's fine. This is a pampered chef oil.
This piece here too big.
That piece is too big?
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to peel my garlic. I'm going to cut this little bit off that's black on the end. And this little contraption, I mean, I could do this with a knife, but why when you've got a contraption that will give you really thin slices? And a dog that needs to move out of the way so she doesn't get burned. Here, you want to do this?
No, I was trying to help the dog.
Help the dog move.
Sure.
You do that while I peel the rest of it. This is a two-man job.
Kind of done.
Here's another one. And if you have a little bit of the black on your garlic, I use it anyway. I just cut that bit off because I don't care. Okay, that's 3 garlic cloves. More or less to your liking. Ooh, I'm warm. That's fine. Would you hit that camera, please, so I can, yep. Show them how to build sauce around the sugar, the dog sugar. We're going to have about 2 cups, maybe 2 cups of sauce. So we need 2 tablespoons of flour, roughly. And what are we making?
A roux.
Yeah, a really light one, however.
Yeah.
We're going to let that cook long enough to fry that garlic. And make no mistake, that garlic is frying in that bacon grease. And get a really light color here on the flour, but cook it long enough to cook the flour taste out. I turn this way down on low.
Low.
Low. God, that garlic smells good.
Mm-hmm.
And once that does its thing, we're going to put some cream in there. And we're going to chop up some more brie. Okay, so this brie, dog's in trouble, I think. We're going to do like 3/4 inch cubes. How's that sound, Chill?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to,
Show the cuttings.
you can if you want. I'm going to cut this very edge off, but again, don't throw that away because you can eat that rind.
You can. You are correct.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like it. If you don't like it, then whatever. But no biggie.
Like it, trim it.
So we're gonna do some squares,
Yeah.
and this will mostly melt in your sauce.
The rind will.
The rind will not. No. which is kind of why I like leaving it on, because then you get chunks of brie that are still kind of attached to that. But it will get creamy and melty in the sauce, which we're going to build as soon as I get this cut up. Like, seriously, kind of winging this here tonight, guys, which is what I do most nights at dinner time. So I'm okay with that.
Here's your piece.
Oh, is that my piece? Thank you.
That was your piece.
Okay, now we're going to add some cream. Brie and bacon is really good together, guys. Thank you.
Isn't it though?
Heavy whipping cream is good for lots of things.
Mhm.
Making Cool Whip, making white sauce.
Mhm.
I'm going to eyeball this, but roughly a cup and a half, because I'm going to hit it with some white wine.
Show that on camera.
Then I won't stir yet.
There you go.
Yeah, it's cream's thick. If you don't have cream, use milk.
Or just buy cream.
Or buy cream the next time you go to the grocery store.
It lasts longer than milk.
Roughly, I don't know, that was probably a quarter cup maybe of white wine. Or dry or semi-sweet. I don't know that I'd go like overly sweet with this, but it would be okay. This is going to come together real quick here. All right. I'm going to turn this up, and remember to thicken. We have to have something boiling.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't want to use all cream, you need the fat. So if you wanted to use less cream, replace part of it with chicken stock or vegetable stock. I mean, if you're having bacon, then chicken stock is fine. But see how thick that's getting already. And if it gets too thick on you, a little bit of water will work. So sorry. And now.
Oh, you want me to copy you off?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Why don't you just drink that and I'll make it.
Okay. We're going to add in this brie.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to save some chunks to put like on top of the pasta, then that would be fine too.
Looks delicious.
And here's the deal. If you didn't add the brie and the white wine, you'd basically have gravy for biscuits. I mean, it's all about the same thing. And we're going to let that melt. I'm going to turn this down though, because I don't want that to get
Did you
much
remember how to
thicker.
make this lounge lizard that we're drinking?
No idea.
Okay.
Make it up as you go.
Make it up.
That's what I'm doing. Because trust me, I've made plenty of bacon gravy in my life to go over toast. And see, that's starting to melt. It's not going to melt. I mean, you can sit here and stir until it melts totally, but yeah.
It's an awful lot of work. Very little return.
Uh-huh.
Over a hot stove.
But that's starting to melt down real well. So I'm going to taste it. Because it is super thick. And super yummy. All right. We're going to add our pasta. And see, they cooked up. These are not quite cooked all the way.
But they'll cook in the sauce.
They'll cook in the sauce. Everything's very white right now.
It's okay, we have bacon.
We have bacon and we have spinach.
Yeah. I'll stir that.
Okay, you stir. And we're going to use a little bit of, not that it needs more starch, but a little bit of pasta water to kind of get it all to come together there. And at the very last minute, we will pop some spinach in there. Or, yeah, spinach in there, sorry. In the meantime, I'm going to get a bowl.
And move on to Brie the third way.
Brie the third way and prosciutto.
That's not no prosciutto in it, though.
No, that has bacon. But I'm going to put prosciutto in my salad. If I can get the spinach container open. I'm just going to make enough for you and me because Phoebe won't eat it. So, baby spinach.
Put it on the different camera.
I am going to put it on the different camera.
Yeah.
Looks yummy.
Yeah.
Yummy, yummy. I'm going to use my favorite dressing. Now, I've got an apple. Would you rather have a strawberry in this with Brie than an apple?
No, we're using an apple.
Okay. Artichoke or no?
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so we're going to use an apple diced
Yeah.
and Brie and prosciutto.
Yeah.
You could use pear. You could use, I'm going to add some almonds to it.
Do you want the heat still on this? Or?
Actually, no, well, low, like real low, because that pasta needs to finish cooking. I'm going to add some almonds to it to go with, as my artichokes fall out of the pantry. I'll get those later. So slivered almonds.
If you put that back over there, they can actually see the salad.
I know, I'm cutting that apple though. So I kind of need the space. So we're going to cube that apple bite size. Don't cut your finger off. Clearly I can't talk and cut at the same time. Have I seen any good movies lately? That smells good. Okay. So here's our apple going in. I'll show you the salad when I'm all done, I promise. I'm going to cut that up and put it in. A chunk of this. You don't have to be exact in salad unless you just really want to be.
Yeah. You know what? The good time all the time.
Looks like it broke.
What did?
The sauce.
No.
If your sauce breaks, you can, if you haven't already added the pasta, you can whisk really hard and pull it back together sometimes.
I think it broke.
There's a lot of bacon grease is what it is. All right, we're going to wrap this back up. Put it right back in the container it came out of. We'll pop that in the fridge to keep for later. And now, I'm going to, when you buy prosciutto, by the way, it comes with these little thin things, pieces of packaging in between it to help you pull it off the paper. And I'm just going to tear this into the salad because that's all that we need to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, the animals came back over with
They smell bacon.
this and prosciutto.
And what are our comments? I haven't even been over there to check them. I've been trying to.
Jennifer says she's been watching the Supernatural series finale.
Ooh,
Your mom says she really likes Brie and strawberries
I do too.
so much that she loves it.
I do too. Like Brie and anything. Who are we kidding?
Your aunt says everything was so good.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna pop some of this in that pasta.
Okay.
Without tripping on the dog. Look how much. Okay, so that Brie has melted down considerably there. So we basically have Brie macaroni and cheese.
That's perfect.
It is. So we're going to.
Oh, you're all.
Sorry.
There you go.
I mean, there's not much better than Brie macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Use quite a bit of spinach because it's gonna cook down to nothing.
Yeah. Is it almost gonna wilt? No. It won't wilt.
I won't let it wilt because I don't like it that way. I don't like. I mean, wilt, yes, but not like this. Out of the can wilt, cook down. All right, so here's our salad. Can't really see that very well. Yeah. There we go.
There you go. There's our salad.
Don't try that at home.
Oh, that looks good.
Doesn't it though? All right, so you can come back to this.
Add in the bacon?
Yeah, after this wilts down a little bit, you want to.
Okay. I'm
Bacon grease is killing me. I don't know if you guys can see how shiny this is, but it's that bacon grease coming through.
Maybe if I switch it back over to that camera, they might be able to.
All right, so good and wilty enough for me.
Not all of it, of course.
Not all the bacon?
No.
Okay.
You only wanted like 3 slices.
About 3 slices worth of crumbled bacon going back in. There you go.
Okay.
Well, that's it. That's all she wrote, folks. Wash my hands again. So, we did.
Dinner.
We did. And an appetizer. And a salad.
Yeah.
And, I mean, just eat the Brie.
And drinks.
And drinks. So.
All in 50 minutes.
Something like that.
Pretty close to it.
I need a drink.
Yep. That sounds like a good plan.
Those are good. So, crostini.
Yeah.
Brushed with, I use a little bit lemon olive oil, but any kind of olive oil is fine. Garlic would have been good too.
Yeah, they would have.
Topped with a slice of Brie, topped with prosciutto under the broiler for maybe 3 minutes. Didn't take long.
Yeah, 4.
Sliced strawberry on top, drizzle some honey on top of that. We're going to make those again. Those are good.
And then, throw a slice of bacon. A little chunk of bacon.
There you go. If you don't have strawberry preserves would be good too. Little basil would be good. Lots of things would be good on top of that.
Yeah. Let your heart go wild.
What cooking is all about.
Use your imagination.
Like literally, guys, gas tonight because we were so not prepared.
I was prepared. I was ready.
He had this done like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, what we were having to drink the next episode. 2 weeks ago. So all you all could have looked it up on the web,
right?
Find out the recipe. You could have drank it with us tonight.
And pasta.
Yep.
With Brie. And some cream sauce.
Yeah.
And really it was like macaroni and cheese.
Pretty much.
Macaroni. So if you didn't want to put all the rest of the stuff with it, you'd have macaroni and cheese, and that would be fine.
Yeah. Macaroni and Brie cheese.
Yeah. Here's a fork.
That's yours.
Oh, I figured you'd want to taste it at least.
I'd love to taste it.
Goodness.
But I didn't see a whole lot of bacon go into that, so.
So bacon in this and not prosciutto.
Oh,
hot. But it's so good.
Yeah. It's good, but.
Oh, warm.
Oh, hot.
That's good.
That's all we got for everybody.
Salad. We made salad.
Oh, yeah. Made salad too.
So same ingredients, 3 different ways. Easy does it.
That's right.
I'm warm.
We have bacon too.
We have extra bacon.
Which is my favorite part.
On that note, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
With some other something we're going to cook in the Davis kitchen.
Yeah. And enjoy yourself, so we'll figure out what we're going to drink.
That's the easy part usually.
We may share it. So, ahead of time.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we might share yeah. If you guys want to drink along.
Share the dinner.
No, because I never know. I don't, yeah.
Never. Good night, everybody.
Bye.